breaking news for you here. The Virginia Supreme Court is tossing out that new congressional map that was crafted to flip four Republican-held seats to Democrats. The court ruling in favor of a Republican challenge. The Virginia High Court rejecting a Democrat-backed ballot measure approved by voters last July.
Well, the ruling says that legislative Democrats did not follow the proper procedure when putting the referendum on the ballot. This could allow Republicans to keep their majority in the U.S. House. And coming the midterms here, this is an important time. Monica, your take on this, that major win for Republicans, setting the stage, setting the precedent to what we might see in other states.
I hope so. And I hope that, you know, we're going to see some of this stuff like break through. I mean, there's just been so much going on through redistricting, and I wanted to see this right before the midterms. It's going to be a major push.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Mark, we gamed this out back during the Prop 50 California redistricting issue. And it looked at the time Republicans could pick up anywhere between 12 to 20 seats once all these redistricting maps were redrawn. And that might even be higher now with the Virginia Supreme Court throwing out the map there.
Yeah, I mean, we're estimating that the Republicans could pick up as many as 14 seats, which would mean that the whole talk and House Leader Jeffries saying, oh, you know, it's a lock in the midterms.
And that was 14
take back the House.
with the Democrat map in Virginia.
That's correct. That's correct. So this would add to, that's exactly right. So that would add 20. Thank you very much. It's not going to be such a layup as they would suggest. But look, when it comes to the redistricting war, and it is a war, I'm looking for three things for the voters. I'm looking for clarity, consistency, and constitutionality. And that's why this was thrown out, because the ballot was unfairly drafted.
And the language, too. In Virginia, the fairness question,
fundamentally unfair.
It's about American values.
Are you in favor of fair maps?
Yes, sure.
It's all about American values and how we vote. We do not need to be voting based on race, based on whether, you know, what color we are. It's about American values and Americans voting all together at once.
Right.
So,
well, that's what the Supreme Court said. I mean, it should not be based on these issues. Yet the Democrats, again, to bring them back in, I'm curious to see what they're going to be saying on X now.
Well,
Hakeem Jeffries, what he's going to come out and say.
I was just about to say that, Krisha. There's going to be a lot more. He's going to double down on his maximum warfare rhetoric. Like I was saying before, the more desperate they get, the louder and more dangerous they become. And that's what you're going to see from Hakeem Jeffries. The stuff we saw in Tennessee yesterday, that's going to look like
horrible.
Walk
more
in
and
the
more
park.
the tennis,
It's going to be a long, hot summer out on the streets with protests.
Yikes. Big yikes. But at least there's this Supreme Court precedent and this precedent in the state. So what can you do? I mean, the courts are the courts. The final.
Well, I'm sure they're already drafting up talking points right now to call this Virginia Supreme Court racist.
Another illegitimate.
Everything we've heard.
Any excuse possible.
I hope that's not the case, because when the rhetoric gets to the level that it did yesterday, I was covering the story for another network last night, and we had a Tennessee state legislator on saying that it was a Klan rally. I mean, just the most unbelievably inflammatory. And I had to say, well, wait a second. That kind of rhetoric does not benefit anyone. It incites the kind of violence that we continue to see. It's bad for democracy. It's bad for everybody, no matter what the color of your skin is. We got to take the tone down, and Leader Jeffries has to take the lead. He won't, but he has to take the lead and show his party how to behave and how to have some decorum in political discourse.
Absolutely. There were a bunch of protests there, too, that I saw on video, too, that was being covered. So.
Little insurrection-y, I say.
Yeah, a little too much. It was just too much. Can we get
to... That's what happened. We had a lawmaker on earlier who was prohibited from voting by these protests. That cannot happen. 3 people arrested. Probably should have been more. And if they want to keep these state legislatures safe, they got to really send a message to folks. They're not going to tolerate any of this trespassing or anything else. It's got to stop.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.